Hello YouTube family, James Green, Short Series Shenanigans. Sitting here working on our cup of coffee. So we are playing around with the surface grinder. We got her up and running. I am working on some projects that I had rough milled here a while back. I have a cast iron angle block here that I'm working on, and we're just learning the surface grinder. I've got some rough service bulbs ordered that I'm supposed to pick up today. Well, actually I got to go pick them up. She's running great. Just had one little issue with one of the heaters in the back that runs a hydraulic pump. After about an hour running, it'll kick out, but you know, no big deal. I've got the correct size coming. So anyway, doing good. The American rotary phase converter is working awesome. I can actually run this is a 2 horsepower. The pump is a 1/2 horsepower pump, and the Bridgeport mill, I can run all 3 at the same time. Yes, it'll run all 3 with a load at the same time, no issues. Am I going to be doing that a lot? No. Can I? Yes. So if I wanted to have one person here doing something on the mill and one person doing something here on the grinder, could definitely do it on the 80X series. 7.5 is what it is. So anyway, it's kind of a soft wheel. We're in a soft material here, and I'll kind of show you what we got going on. We'll just go ahead and get started. We'll fire up the I will plug this in the back so it gives you guys some light. Hopefully it won't flood everything out. We'll go ahead and fire up the phase converter, and we're going to get started here. There's the spindle, and we're going to start the pump. Come in here and touch off. Speed it up a little bit. Working on the top edges on this thing right now. Touch off, there we go. And I'm doing the wide feed with my hand manually right now. I found out that works best when you're running these wide wheels touching off, so you don't end up with little touch step over marks. And just practice feeding down a little bit. Getting it dialed in here. Get you guys dialed in so you can see some of the action. We're grinding on this side. The right side is low. Just feeding down a little bit each pass. Working it back and forth. Slowly getting back here. Now I couldn't get back down to here and in here because of how this wheel and arbor is set up. I've got a cupped wheel I'm going to have to put on and get back in here, and I'll dress all the way across back into those reliefs. So we've got this area back here, There's no specific dimensions on this. This is just a setup block. We just want it square and parallel. We've got this face, this face, this face, and now we're working on this one, and then we'll work on the ends on the tops. This was a rough casting that I milled out several months back. And I've got a Noga mister on the way that we'll use because I really like to grind this stuff wet. So whenever it shows up, we'll start using the Noga mister and grind this stuff wet so it'll be cooler. Stepping her over. Slowly getting there. I love this hydraulic bead. It saves on the left arm. Slowly getting it there. We're almost there. A few more tenths. We should be, I've got a spot on the back here that I still need to there. Running her in slowly. Almost there. And now, let's slow it way down for a good finish. Dial in a half tenth. Let it just do its thing. Nice, smooth finish. And this should be it right here. Kind of let it do its spring pass. There we go. Turn everything off so you can hear. We'll let this wind down. What? All right. Because that is warm. very sharp edges burr here, here, and then on the ends. Very warm. Got our stone handy. I keep a stone handy here just to pull these burred edges off on this cast or anything. This is a separate stone that I use from stoning my surface. I can use either one of these to like stone my chuck or whatever. Get rid of the unsafe burrs. So you don't slice your fingers. Yeah, that's still got a burr. Very nasty burr, I might add. I've also got a zip disc that I use on some of these. Alright, now just a little bit on the top. There. Now we don't have razor blades. We're not too worried about the end because I'm fixing to do that. Now we've got rid of the dangerous burr razor blade on there. And so we've completed, with the exception of I'm going to have to do a wheel change to get back in here because the arbor was too fat. I couldn't get close enough. Matter of fact, here is the wheel that I will use to step in. It's a cupped wheel. Okay. I'll use that to step in and its radius. Actually, that's to use to different wheels. There's the info on it. Okay. That's meant for, really for sharpening end mills and stuff like that. But that's all I've got right now as far as a cupped wheel. And I will put that on here. Actually, I may end up putting it on, I don't know. I haven't decided whether I'm going to mount this way or that way, so that way I can see. More than likely, I'm going to mount it this way, so I can come in, you know. So, I haven't mounted it on the arbor yet. So now, let's go ahead and crank up. I'll be glad when I get my rough service bulbs in. Okay, now, blow this off again. Definitely warm. And we have a lot of grinding here to do. Okay, and I'm just lining this up with this edge here. It doesn't have to be perfectly lined up with anything in particular. We'll lock her down and we should be clear. We'll go ahead and fire up the phase converter. Pump. Make sure we're up. Touch a little bit there. I'm not sure how much this way will touch. We need to check and see. I'm going to shorten this stroke here on this side. Shorten this side up a little bit. Here we go. Yep. Lots to grind on this end. I like to hand step it because I can take larger cuts or wider if I run it by hand. When I'm roughing right now, which is all I'm doing, there's going to be some nasty pockets on this corner, but there's nothing I can do about it. I'm just going to get it. There's still going to be some holes there, but there's going to be parallel, and that's fine. Trying to get some light so you guys can see, but that light is so stinking hot, I don't want to hang it up over here. It makes it too hot. Ask me how I know this. So we're just working away with the grinder today, right now, doing some grinding, getting some stuff knocked out that I've been needing to get done while I'm waiting on other things to dry and harden up. Figured I'd give you guys some surface grinder action. Because I know everybody's been anxious to see her at work. Gertrude's doing great. Grinding along good here, just roughing it out. Every item is a little different with each wheel, kind of how they react to different materials. I got my needle bearings in so I can make the shaft, and I need to make the shaft for this thing, so I'm going to do that today. That place called finditparts.com. Yeah, they were Johnny on the spot. The other place that I mentioned on Facebook, on my live feed video, yeah, they're a joke. But finditparts.com came through, and they had what I needed, and delivered it rapidly and on time. So, you guys can see my Facebook feed, my live sessions I do in the mornings, or rants, if you will, about stuff, talking about what we got going on. So, getting back in the swing of doing some YouTube videos here. We're just working on grinding this angle block, square and parallel. We got to get it knocked out. This is one of those long-term projects I've had floating around for a while that I've been needing to get done. So it just kind of worked well with, okay, I got to break the grinder in, make sure everything's going good with it, and learning the grinder, making sure everything's working well. We're doing great. Machine's doing great. Everything's holding up. We're just waiting on those new heaters to show up for the pump motor. Overload box, that's it. And and that's not a real showstopper. Slowly working it. Now it's a lot faster hand feeding when you're roughing for what I'm doing here. Do a couple passes. Get all this stuff ate down. A lot of whittling away, man. Just whittling away at it. Working it, working it. Back and forth here. Living the dream. Slowly getting it. Yeah, I'm gonna build that shaft today so I can get this X-axis finished on this thing. Now what I'll do is I'll set this thing on automatic here shortly, but it takes a while. Matter of fact, I can speed it up since we're roughing, make it go faster. We still got a lot on that back corner to take off, so I'm not worried about finish right now. Speed it up even faster. I'm going to shorten up the stroke on this even more. Here we go. Slowly just plugging along here. Wide open. Get a nice funny looking scallop pattern, chatter mark, but we're not worried about that right now because we're trying to get meat off the bone. the drain, grinding, grinding, grinding. All sorts of good stuff. That's a pretty heavy cut right there. Slow it down just a little bit here. And we'll let it auto step. So we've engaged the table here. Boom, pushed it down. And we're just going to let it auto step over. Get you guys up here where you can get a better view of what's going on with the steps and all that. And it's just stepping over automatically, getting a pretty good finish. You guys can see in the back corner. Now, those little pits and everything aren't going to go away because they're defects in the casting. I'm not worried about that. I'm not, because I'd have to do quite a bit of milling and grinding, and theoretically you could chase those cast marks forever. As long as it's square and parallel, for what I'm doing here in the garage, it'll work just fine. We're just letting her cruise along here, auto step over. Let it auto step the other way. Auto feed in. Just grinding away. Gotta love it. Stepped it back the other way, trying to get this meat off the bone back here. Slowly working through it, chewing it up. Heavy cuts. Go. Alright. So I figured I'd show you guys today some grinder action. We're out here working in the garage, having fun. Got some stuff I got to do with Bridget here. We're going to get her knocked out and taken care of. Got a few things we got to do. And thanks for watching. If you guys have any questions, comments down on the bottom, and enjoy. Thanks for watching. Click the like button down at the bottom. Take care of yourself and your family, and remember, at the end of the day, you and your family is all you got. Until next time, be safe, get out in the garage, play with your tools. We'll talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.